What if a cosmic doorway opened right now, hidden in plain sight, and you were one of the few chosen to step through it, but only if you act before it vanishes? This isn't a drill. It's a celestial emergency unfolding in April 2025. A moment so pivotal that the universe itself is holding its breath. They're calling it the 9/9 portal, a vibrational gateway that didn't announce itself with cosmic fanfare or glowing skies. No, this portal thrives in secrecy, cloaked as just another mundane day, but its silence is deafening. It's a signal, a sequence, a bridge between timelines, and it's already active right now as you read these words. Can you feel it? That unshakable tension in your chest, the restless nights, the sudden waves of emotion that seem to come from nowhere? Those aren't coincidences. They're symptoms of this portal's energy already working on you, stirring your soul before your mind even catches up. This isn't a random message, you were meant to find it. The numbers align in a way that's too precise to ignore. The 9th day of the month, the year adding up to a 9, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 is equal to 9, creating a 9/9 resonance. April, the 4th month, acts as the stabilizer, holding this gateway open just long enough for those who are ready to cross over. But here's the catch. This portal doesn't wait for you to feel prepared. It's moving, it's activating, and it's deeply personal. It's not about the world, it's about you. Your past, your potential, your choices, they're all being reflected back to you like a mirror, demanding your attention. Have you noticed the signs lately? Maybe your heart races for no reason, or you've been waking up at odd hours, feeling a pressure you can't explain. What if those are the portal's whispers, calling you to wake up? This isn't a gentle nudge from the universe. It's a cosmic alarm. The September 9th portal is a rare energetic reset, a final initiation before a new cycle begins, and it's here to strip away everything you've been carrying that no longer serves you. But it's not for everyone. Some will feel peace, others pressure, and for a few, the intensity might feel unbearable. If you're still here, you're meant to receive this message. 5 critical truths are waiting inside this energy, truths that will either align you with the future or leave you out of sync, stuck in the past. The portal is closing soon, faster than you think. Will you step through, or will you let this moment slip away? I want to hear from you. Have you felt these strange symptoms lately? That heaviness, those bursts of emotion, that unshakable feeling that something's about to change? Drop a comment below and share what you've been experiencing. Your voice matters, and together, we can uncover the truth of this cosmic shift. And if you're ready to dive deeper into these mysteries, help us reach 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Subscribe now, join our community, and let's navigate this transformation together. The universe is calling. Are you ready to answer? What if the universe is holding a mirror up to your soul right now, reflecting every choice, every wound, every unspoken truth you've buried deep inside? That's the power of the 9/9 portal, a divine mirror that's not here to judge you, but to set you free. The number 9 has always carried the energy of completion, karmic release, and soul mastery, a sacred symbol revered by the ancient mystics of Elderglow Valley, who carved its significance into the stone tablets of their sacred groves, and the seers of Starhaven Peaks, who saw it as a celestial key to unlock the soul's deepest truths. But when it doubles into September 9th, it becomes something even more profound. A reset, a final initiation, a cosmic doorway that's as personal as your own heartbeat. This portal isn't here to create chaos, though it might feel that way at first. It's here to strip away the emotional burdens you've carried for far too long, burdens that have weighed you down, dimmed your light, and kept you from stepping into the life you were always meant to live. The 9/9 portal is a rare alignment, a vibrational sequence that opens a temporary passage between timelines, frequencies, and forgotten versions of yourself, and it's happening right now in April 2025, disguised as an ordinary month. You've felt it, haven't you? The heaviness that's been building in your chest, like a storm cloud you can't shake, a pressure that's been growing for weeks, maybe even months. Maybe it's the sudden tears that spill over without warning, leaving you sitting at your kitchen table in Willow Grove, wondering, where did that come from? Or perhaps it's the restless nights, where you wake up at 3 a.m. in your small apartment in Crest Moon Bay, your heart racing, a sense of urgency you can't explain, as if the universe itself is whispering, "Pay attention." What about the vivid dreams? Flashes of faces you haven't seen in years, places you've never been, like the cobblestone streets of Moonridge Hollow, where you're walking through a market filled with unfamiliar scents of lavender and sage, or the whispering forests of Dawnspire Woods, where the trees seem to speak in a language you can almost understand. These aren't random occurrences. They're the portal's energy at work, stirring up what you've suppressed, pulling old wounds to the surface with a force that's both gentle and relentless. The 9-9 portal doesn't open with noise or fanfare. It opens with resonance, a frequency that matches the deepest parts of your soul, a frequency that's been calling to you since the moment this alignment began. Let's pause for a moment and reflect. What are you holding onto that no longer serves you? Is it a grudge you've carried since that falling out with a friend in Willow Grove? A memory that still stings like a fresh wound, replaying in your mind every time you pass the old oak tree where you last spoke? Or maybe it's a fear of failure that took root after a setback in Oak Ridge Heights. A moment when you tried to start a small business selling handmade candles, but it didn't take off, leaving you with a whisper in your mind that says, "You'll never succeed." Perhaps it's a relationship that drains you more than it nourishes. A connection with someone in Sun Petal Vale who, despite your love for them, leaves you feeling small, unseen, or unappreciated. Their words cutting deeper with every conversation. Think about the people closest to you right now. Do they feel heavy to be around? Not because they've done anything wrong, but because the energetic ties between you are fraying, pulling you in directions that no longer align with who you're becoming. It's like holding onto a rope that's unraveling at the ends, each thread snapping under the weight of unspoken truths, each snap echoing in your heart like a drumbeat. What if it's time to let go of that rope? What if the 9-9 portal is showing you that you don't have to carry this weight anymore? This is the first crucial truth the September 9th portal offers. An invitation to release. It's asking you to look at what or who is keeping you trapped in a cycle that doesn't reflect the person you're meant to be. This isn't a gentle suggestion. It's a cosmic demand, a call to action that's reverberating through the very fabric of the universe. The portal's energy is relentless, and it's moving faster than you might realize, like a river rushing through the canyons of Stormwatch Ridge, unstoppable in its flow. If you ignore this moment, if you cling to the past out of fear or familiarity, that weight will follow you into the next phase of your life, heavier than ever. It will anchor you to a version of yourself you've outgrown, keeping you stuck in patterns that no longer serve your highest good, patterns like staying in a job in Crestmoon Bay that leaves you exhausted, or holding on to a friendship in Willow Grove that's more obligation than joy. But if you face it, if you release what's suffocating you, a profound lightness awaits. Picture it. The knots in your heart slowly unraveling, each one releasing a sigh of relief, like the sound of the wind through the pines in Dawnspire Woods. The fog in your mind begins to clear, like the morning mist over the rolling hills of Sun Petal Vale, revealing a clarity you haven't felt in years. The universe itself is lifting the burdens you've carried for too long, whispering, "You are free." But what does release really look like in practice? It's not just about letting go of physical things, like decluttering your home in Glimmerstone Plains, though that can help. It's about shedding the emotional and energetic baggage that's clogged your soul, the invisible weights that have kept you from moving forward. Maybe it's the guilt you've held onto since you walked away from a dream in your early 20s, a dream of becoming a musician, playing your guitar under the stars in Moonridge Hollow, a dream you buried because someone told you it was unrealistic. Or perhaps it's the shame you've carried since a moment of vulnerability was met with judgment, a moment in Oak Ridge Heights when you shared your heart with someone you trusted, only to have them turn away, leaving you to build walls around your heart. These emotions are like stones in your pocket, each one adding weight to your steps, slowing you down as you try to walk the path of your true purpose. The 9/9 portal is offering you a chance to empty those pockets, to set down the stones, to walk lighter. But it's not enough to simply recognize them, you have to actively release them. How do you do that? Let's break it down into practical steps. Start by naming what you're carrying. Give it a voice, make it real. Take a piece of paper and write it down. I'm holding on to guilt from that argument with my sister in Crestmoon Bay, when I said things I didn't mean and never apologized. Say it out loud. I'm releasing the fear that I'm not enough. A fear that started when I failed that exam in high school and felt like I'd never measure up. Feel the weight of those words, the way they sit in your chest, heavy and cold. Now imagine them dissolving, carried away by the wind over the cliffs of Stormwatch Ridge, or sinking into the depths of Crystal Wave Lake, where the water washes them clean. This act of naming and releasing is powerful. It signals to the universe that you're ready to let go, that you're ready to make space for something new. Let's go deeper into the physical and emotional symptoms you might be experiencing as this energy works on you. Have you noticed your hands trembling lately? A subtle shake that comes and goes without warning, as if your body is trying to shake loose something it's held onto for too long? Maybe you feel a tightness in your throat, as if the words you've left unsaid are trying to break free. Words you've wanted to say to someone in Sunpetal Vale but haven't found the courage to speak. Perhaps you've been clenching your jaw at night, waking up with a headache that lingers like a shadow, a physical manifestation of the stress you've been carrying. What about your dreams? Have they been more vivid, more intense? Maybe you've dreamt of standing in a field in Glimmerstone Plains, the sky above you swirling with colors you've never seen. A voice whispering, "It's time to let go." These are the portal's whispers, urging you to pay attention, to listen to your body, to trust its wisdom. What if these symptoms are a map, guiding you to the places within yourself that need healing? What if the tightness in your throat is a sign that it's time to speak your truth, to tell someone in your life how you really feel? Maybe a parent in Willow Grove who's never truly seen you, or a partner in Crest Moon Bay who needs to hear your boundaries. What if the trembling in your hands is the universe shaking loose the fear you've held onto for too long? Fear that's kept you from pursuing your dreams, like opening that small cafe in Sunpetal Vale you've always dreamed of. Here's a question to ponder. What's on the other side of this release? The September 9th portal isn't just about letting go. It's about making space for something new, something beautiful, something that aligns with your highest self. Imagine the weight lifting from your heart, the heaviness in your chest dissolving like morning dew under the sun in Dawnspire Woods. What would it feel like to wake up each day without that burden? To move through the world with a lightness you haven't felt since you were a child? Running through the fields of Glimmerstone Plains, your laughter echoing in the air? Picture yourself walking through the market in Moonridge Hollow, your steps light, your heart open, your energy flowing freely. You're no longer carrying the guilt, the shame, the fear. You've released them, and in their place you feel a sense of peace, a sense of possibility. The September 9th portal is offering you that freedom, but it requires your willingness to act. It's not enough to hope the weight will lift on its own. You have to choose to set it down. Let's make this even more real by connecting it to a specific memory. Think about a moment in your life when you felt truly free. Maybe a day you spent by the shores of Crystal Wave Lake, the water sparkling under the sun, your heart unburdened by worry, your mind clear of doubt. You were sitting on the sandy shore, the waves lapping at your feet, the warmth of the sun on your skin, and for that moment, you felt completely at peace. What was different about that moment? What were you not carrying? Maybe you weren't carrying the guilt of that argument with your sister, or the fear of failure that's kept you from taking risks. The September 9th portal is inviting you to return to that state, but on a deeper level. It's asking you to release not just the surface-level burdens, but the deep, hidden ones, the ones you've buried so far down you've almost forgotten they're there. What are those burdens for you? Maybe it's the belief that you have to earn love, a belief that took root when you were a child, trying to please everyone around you, always striving to be good enough for your parents in Willow Grove. Or perhaps it's the fear of being seen, a fear that keeps you hiding your true self from the world, a fear that started when you were teased in school in Oak Ridge Heights for being different. The September 9th portal is shining a light on these shadows, giving you a chance to release them once and for all. But what happens if you don't release these burdens? The 9/9 portal is a double-edged sword, a cosmic force that can either lift you up or weigh you down, depending on your choice. If you cling to the past, if you ignore the invitation to let go, the weight will grow heavier. It will follow you into the next phase of your life, manifesting as missed opportunities. Maybe you'll pass up a chance to start that cafe in Sunpetal Vale because you're too afraid to try. It will show up as strained relationships, Perhaps that friendship in Willow Grove will become even more draining, leaving you resentful and exhausted. It will linger as a sense of unease, a feeling that something's not right, that you're not living the life you were meant to live. What if the 9/9 portal is a test, a cosmic challenge to see if you're ready to step into your highest self? What if the universe is watching, waiting to see if you'll take this chance? What if there's something or someone on the other side of this portal waiting to guide you, but you'll never know unless you let go? The stakes are high, and the clock is ticking. The 9/9 portal is a rare alignment, a moment in time that won't come again in this exact form. Will you seize it, or will you let it slip through your fingers? Let's imagine the transformation that awaits if you do release these burdens. Picture yourself a month from now having let go of the guilt, the shame, the fear. You've apologized to your sister in Crest Moon Bay, and your relationship is healing, stronger than ever. You've released the fear of failure, and you're taking steps toward your dream. Maybe you've started taking guitar lessons again, playing under the stars in Moonridge Hollow, just like you always wanted. You've let go of the belief that you have to earn love, and you're starting to love yourself truly and deeply for the first time in years. You feel lighter, freer, more connected to your true self than ever before. You're walking through the forests of Dawnspire Woods, the sunlight filtering through the leaves, your heart full of gratitude. That's the promise of the September 9th portal, but it requires your action. What's the one thing you can release right now in this moment to take the first step toward that lightness? Maybe it's forgiving yourself for a past mistake, or letting go of a resentment that's kept you tethered to pain. Whatever it is, the portal is amplifying the urgency. This window of opportunity is fleeting, and the energy is moving fast. I want to hear from you. What's the one thing you're ready to release today? Drop a comment below and share what you're letting go of. Maybe it's a fear, a resentment, or a limiting belief. Write it down, make it real, and tell us about the symptoms you've been feeling. Have you been waking up with a racing heart, feeling a tightness in your throat, dreaming of unfamiliar places like Moonridge Hollow or Dawnspire Woods? Your experience matters, and sharing it could inspire someone else to take the same step. Together, we can uncover the deeper meaning of this cosmic shift. The 9/9 portal is open, but it won't stay that way for long. Act now, release what's holding you back, and step into the lightness that's waiting for you. The second truth of the September 9th portal is a wake-up call that cuts through the noise of your daily life, a call that's as urgent as a siren in the night. This portal isn't a free pass. It doesn't just happen to you. It demands your active choice, your unwavering commitment to change. Change doesn't wait for the perfect moment, and it certainly doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Sitting comfortably in your small apartment in Crest Moon Bay, sipping coffee and hoping the stars will align. The universe isn't handing you a neatly wrapped gift with a bow on top. It's throwing open a door and saying, walk through or stay where you are. The 9/9 portal is giving you a rare, fleeting opportunity to choose the transformation you've been craving. But you have to act now before the door slams shut, before the energy of this alignment fades into the ether. What patterns have you been stuck in? Patterns that keep you tethered to a version of yourself you've outgrown. Maybe it's the cycle of waiting for things to get better, telling yourself you'll make a change when the time is right, when you have more money, more time, more clarity, when the chaos of your life in Willow Grove finally settles. Or perhaps it's the habit of procrastination, always putting off the dreams that light up your soul, like the dream of opening a small bakery in Sunpetal Vale, where you'd bake lavender scones and serve them with tea from the herbs of Dawnspire Woods, or the dream of writing a book inspired by the legends of Starhaven Peaks, stories of celestial beings who once walked the earth. Deep down, you know these are lies you've been feeding yourself, excuses to avoid the discomfort of change, to stay safe in the familiar, even if the familiar is a cage. The 9/9 portal's energy is screaming, the time is now, but will you listen? Let's make this personal. Let's bring it into the present moment. What's the one choice you've been avoiding? The one that keeps you up at night, whispering in the back of your mind as you lie in bed in Oak Ridge Heights, staring at the ceiling. Maybe it's leaving a job that drains you, a job in Crest Moon Bay that pays the bills but leaves you feeling empty, like a shell of who you used to be, your days filled with endless meetings and tasks that feel meaningless. Or perhaps it's setting boundaries with someone who takes more than they give. A friend in Willow Grove who always needs your support, always calls you in the middle of the night with their problems, but never offers theirs in return, leaving you exhausted and resentful. Maybe it's finally pursuing a dream you've buried, like painting the landscapes of Dawnspire Woods, capturing the way the sunlight filters through the leaves, a dream you've pushed aside because you're afraid of failing, afraid of what people in Sunpetal Vale might say if you don't succeed. Whatever it is, the 9/9 portal is amplifying the pressure to act, turning up the volume on the whispers of the universe until they're a roar in your ears. It's time. But what does that really mean for you in this exact moment as you sit here reading these words? How do you make sense of this energy that's pulling you in so many directions, urging you to move, to change, to choose? Let's explore the symptoms of this pressure, the physical and emotional signs that the 9/9 portal is working on you. Have you noticed your thoughts racing lately? A whirlwind of what-ifs that keep you on edge, as if your mind is trying to solve a puzzle you can't quite see? Maybe you're feeling a restlessness in your body, like you need to move, to do something, but you don't know what, a feeling that's kept you pacing the floors of your home in Glimmerstone Plains, unable to sit still. Perhaps you've been having vivid dreams of running through the forests of Moonridge Hollow, your heart pounding as if you're being chased by something you can't see, the trees whispering, "Hurry, hurry, the time is now." Or maybe you've noticed physical symptoms, a racing heartbeat that comes out of nowhere, as if your body is preparing for a leap you haven't yet taken, or a tingling in your fingertips, like the energy of the portal is coursing through you, urging you to act. These are the portal's signals, its way of communicating with you, urging you to take action. What if these symptoms are a message, a cosmic nudge to stop waiting and start moving? What if the restlessness in your body is the universe telling you to take that first step, to make that choice you've been avoiding? What if the racing heartbeat is the portal's energy, giving you the courage you need to act? The 9/9 portal isn't asking you to take the easy road. It's asking you to trust yourself enough to step forward, even when you don't know where the path leads, even when the path takes you through the unknown forests of Dawnspire Woods, where the shadows are long and the way is unclear. Imagine what it would look like to step into your power, free from the weight of past decisions, free from the excuses that have kept you small. Picture yourself standing on the cliffs of Stormwatch Ridge, the wind in your hair, the ocean stretching out before you, its waves crashing against the rocks below. You've made the choice, you've left the job in Crestmoon Bay, and you're starting to build that bakery in Sunpetal Vale, the smell of lavender scones filling the air. You've set the boundary with that friend in Willow Grove, and you feel lighter, more at peace, your energy no longer drained by their demands. You've started painting, and the landscapes of Dawnspire Woods are coming to life on your canvas. Each brushstroke a step toward your true self, each color a reflection of the joy you feel. The air feels lighter, the path ahead clear, the sun rising over the hills of Glimmerstone Plains, painting the sky with hope. What would that freedom feel like? Would it be a new horizon opening before you, a sense of possibility that makes your heart sing? Or would it feel like the hardest thing you've ever done? Facing the unknown, trusting yourself to walk through the fear, stepping into a future you can't yet see? The September 9th portal is offering you that freedom, but it requires you to choose. It's not enough to dream about change. You have to act on it, to take that leap, to walk through the door before it closes. Let's break this down into practical steps, making the process of choosing as tangible as possible. What's the one choice you can make right now to align with your true self? If it's leaving that job in Crestmoon Bay, start by writing a resignation letter. Don't send it yet, just write it. Feel the weight of that decision in your hands, the way the pen moves across the paper, the words forming a declaration of your freedom. If it's setting a boundary with that friend in Willow Grove, practice what you'll say. I need space to focus on myself right now, and I can't be there for you in the way you need. Say it out loud in front of a mirror, and notice how it feels to speak your truth, to claim your power. If it's pursuing a dream, take the first step. Buy a sketchbook for your paintings of Dawnspire Woods, or write the first sentence of your book about Starhaven Peaks. In the shadow of the Celestial Mountains, a light began to glow. These small actions are powerful. They signal to the universe that you're ready, that you're choosing change, that you're stepping through the door of the 9/9 portal. But here's the urgency. This portal is a fleeting window, a cosmic alignment that won't last, a moment in time that's slipping away with every second you hesitate. The energy is moving fast, like a comet streaking across the sky over Moonridge Hollow, and the door is already starting to close. What if this is your last chance to make this choice? What if the universe is testing you, waiting to see if you'll step up, if you'll claim the life you were meant to live? What happens if you don't choose? If you stay stuck in the same cycles, if you let fear hold you back, you'll remain exactly where you are. The job in Crest Moon Bay will continue to drain you. Each day, a little more of your spirit slipping away until you barely recognize yourself. The relationship with that friend in Willow Grove will continue to take, leaving you exhausted, resentful, unable to give to the people who truly matter. The dream of painting or writing will remain a distance someday, a whisper in your heart that grows fainter with each passing year until it's gone altogether. But worse, the 9/9 portal's energy will amplify the consequences of your inaction. What if the universe sends you even louder signals? More sleepless nights, more vivid dreams, more pressure, until you have no choice but to act, until the weight of your indecision becomes unbearable. What if the portal is a gateway to a new timeline, a new version of your life, and by not choosing, you're locking yourself into the old one, a timeline where you never open that bakery in Sunpetal Vale, never paint the landscapes of Dawnspire Woods, never write the stories of Starhaven Peaks? What if there's something or someone waiting for you on the other side of this choice? A guide, a mentor, a new version of yourself, but you'll never meet them unless you act. The stakes are high, and the clock is ticking, each second a heartbeat counting down to the moment the portal closes. The September 9th portal is a rare moment in time, a chance to rewrite your story, to step into your power, to claim your destiny. Will you take it, or will you let it pass you by? Let's imagine the other side of this choice, the transformation that awaits if you do act. Picture yourself a month from now, having made the decision to choose change. You've left the job in Crest Moon Bay, and you're working on your passion project in Sunpetal Vale. Your bakery is open, the smell of lavender scones filling the air, customers smiling as they sip tea made from the herbs of Dawnspire Woods. You've set the boundary with that friend in Willow Grove, and your relationships feel lighter, more balanced, your energy no longer drained by their demands. You've started painting, and the landscapes of Dawnspire Woods are coming to life on your canvas. Each brushstroke a step toward your true self, each color a reflection of the joy you feel. Or perhaps you've started writing, and the stories of Starhaven Peaks are pouring out of you. Each word a piece of your soul, each sentence a step closer to the writer you've always wanted to be. You feel alive, aligned, free, as if the universe itself is cheering you on, the stars above Glimmerstone Plains twinkling in celebration. That's the promise of the September 9th portal, but it requires your action. What's the one choice you can make today to start that journey? Don't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The perfect moment is now, right here, in this breath, in this heartbeat. Let's take this a step further and imagine the ripple effects of your choice. When you choose to step into your power, you don't just change your own life, you change the lives of those around you. Maybe your decision to leave that job in Crest Moon Bay inspires a coworker to do the same, to pursue their own dreams, to start a small farm in Moonridge Hollow. Perhaps your boundary with that friend in Willow Grove gives them the space they need to grow, to face their own challenges, to become a better version of themselves. Maybe your paintings of Dawnspire Woods or your stories of Starhaven Peaks touch someone's heart. Someone who sees your work in a gallery in Sunpetal Vale or reads your book in a library in Glimmerstone Plains. Someone who's inspired to pursue their own creativity, to share their own story. Your choice to act, to step through the September 9th portal, creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond you, touching lives you may never even know. What if that's part of the portal's purpose? Not just to transform you, but to transform the world through you. What if your choice is the first domino in a chain of change, a chain that stretches across time and space, connecting you to others in ways you can't yet imagine? I want to hear from you. What choice are you ready to make? Drop a comment below and share the one action you're taking today to step into your power. Maybe it's writing that resignation letter for your job in Crest Moon Bay, having that tough conversation with your friend in Willow Grove, or starting that dream project, buying that sketchbook, writing that first sentence. And tell us about the symptoms you've been feeling. Have you been restless, dreaming vividly of running through Moonridge Hollow, feeling a racing heartbeat or a tingling in your fingertips. Your story could inspire someone else to make their own choice, to take their own leap. The September 9th portal is open, but it's closing fast, the energy fading like a comet's tail in the night sky over Stormwatch Ridge. Act now, choose change, and step into the life you were always meant to live. The third truth of the 9/9 portal is about clearing the way for your true potential, and it's a truth that comes with both a promise and a challenge, a truth that's as urgent as the rising tide on the shores of Crystal Wave Lake. This portal isn't here to add more to your already overflowing plate. It's here to remove the obstacles holding you back, to make space for the life you were always meant to live, a life of purpose, joy, and alignment. The universe is confronting you with what you've avoided, whether you like it or not, and it's doing so with a force that's both gentle and unyielding, like the wind that carves the cliffs of Stormwatch Ridge over centuries. Think of it like a cosmic detox, flushing out the emotional baggage, toxic relationships, and unhealthy habits that have clogged your energy field for years. Years you've spent in places like Willow Grove and Crest Moon Bay, carrying weights you didn't even realize were there. Imagine your soul as a riverbed in the forests of Moonridge Hollow, once clear and flowing, now choked with debris, fallen branches of guilt, tangled roots of self-doubt, heavy stones of toxic connections. The 9/9 portal is clearing that riverbed, removing the obstacles so your energy can flow freely again, so you can step into the fullness of who you're meant to be. But this process isn't passive. It's active, intentional, and at times deeply uncomfortable because you're shedding parts of yourself that feel familiar, even if they're harmful, even if they've kept you small. What are you carrying that doesn't belong to you? Let's get specific. Let's dig into the layers of your life. Maybe it's the guilt you've held on to since you walked away from a dream in your early 20s. A dream of opening a small bookstore in Crest Moon Bay, where you'd fill the shelves with stories of adventure and magic, a dream you abandoned because someone, maybe a teacher in Oak Ridge Heights, told you it was impractical, that you'd never make a living that way. Or perhaps it's the self-doubt that took root after a failure in Willow Grove, a moment when you tried to start a community garden but it fell apart, the plants wilting under your care, leaving you feeling like you'll never succeed, like you're destined to fail at everything you try. Maybe it's the weight of a toxic relationship, a friend in Sun Petal Vale who constantly criticizes you. They're words like thorns that dig deeper with every conversation, making you question your worth, your choices, your very existence. These burdens are like stones in your riverbed, blocking the flow of your true potential, keeping you from the life you were meant to live. A life where you're running that bookstore in Crest Moon Bay, or tending a thriving garden in Willow Grove, or surrounded by relationships that lift you up instead of tearing you down. The September 9th portal is giving you a chance to remove them, to clear the path, to let your energy flow freely again. But you have to be willing to face the discomfort of letting go, to feel the pain of release, to trust that what's on the other side is worth it. Let's explore the symptoms of this clearing process, the ways the September 9th portal is making itself known in your body and mind. Have you been feeling a heaviness in your body lately, like your limbs are made of lead, as if the weight of all you've carried is pressing down on you, making it hard to move, hard to breathe? Maybe you've noticed a tightness in your chest, a pressure that makes it hard to take a deep breath, a feeling that's been with you as you walk the streets of Glimmerstone Plains, trying to shake it off but unable to. Perhaps you've been having dreams of standing at the edge of a cliff in Stormwatch Ridge, the wind howling around you, a voice whispering, "Let go," as you look down at the waves crashing below, the water calling you to release. Or maybe you felt a burning in your stomach, a fire that won't go out, as if the portal is burning away the old, making space for the new. These are the portal signals showing you what needs to be released, guiding you to the blockages in your energy field. What if the heaviness in your body is the weight of all the guilt you've carried, guilt that's kept you from trying again, from starting that bookstore in Crest Moon Bay? What if the tightness in your chest is the universe urging you to release the self-doubt that's held you back, self-doubt that's kept you from planting another garden in Willow Grove? What if the burning in your stomach is the portal's fire, cleansing you of the toxic relationships that have drained you, like that friend in Sun Petal Vale whose criticism has dimmed your light? The 9/9 portal is stirring these sensations to guide you, to show you where the blockages are, to help you clear the path. It's asking you to listen to your body, to trust its wisdom, to let it lead you to healing. What would it feel like to let go of these burdens, to clear the path for your true potential? Imagine standing by the shores of Crystal Wave Lake, the water sparkling under the sun, your heart unburdened by guilt or doubt, your mind clear of the fog that's kept you stuck. You've released the toxic relationship with that friend in Sun Petal Vale, and you feel lighter, more at peace, your energy no longer drained by their words. You've let go of the failure in Willow Grove, and you're starting to believe in yourself again, planning a new garden, this time with the knowledge you've gained, the wisdom you've earned. You've released the guilt of abandoning your dream, and you're taking steps toward opening that bookstore in Crest Moon Bay. Each step a victory, each step a reclaiming of your power. Your energy is flowing freely, like a river after the rain, clear and unstoppable, carrying you toward a life of purpose and joy. That's the promise of the 9-9 portal, but it requires your willingness to act, your courage to face the discomfort, your trust in the process. It's not enough to recognize what's holding you back. You have to actively release it. How do you do that? Let's make this practical. Let's give you tools to clear the path. Start by identifying the biggest blockage in your life right now, the one that feels the heaviest, the one that's been with you the longest. Maybe it's that toxic relationship with your friend in Sun Petal Vale. Write a letter to them, not to send, but to express everything you've been holding in, all the hurt, all the frustration, all the ways their criticism has made you feel small. Pour your heart onto the page. Let the words flow like a river. Let them carry away the pain. Or perhaps it's the self-doubt from that failure in Willow Grove. Make a list of every time you've succeeded, every moment you've proven that you are enough, like the time you organized a community event in Oak Ridge Heights and everyone came together, or the time you helped a friend through a tough time in Glimmerstone Plains, showing up with love and support. These small actions are powerful. They signal to the universe that you're ready to clear the path, that you're ready to let your energy flow freely. But you can go deeper. Try a physical release, like standing in the forests of Moonridge Hollow, or even in your backyard in Crest Moon Bay, and imagining the burdens as stones in your hands. Feel their weight, their coldness, their roughness, and then throw them into the ground or into a stream or into the air, letting them go, letting them be carried away by the earth, the water, the wind. What happens if you don't clear these blockages? The 9/9 portal is a double-edged sword, a cosmic force that can either lift you up or weigh you down, depending on your choice. If you cling to the old, if you ignore the invitation to let go, the blockages will grow, becoming even more entrenched, even more immovable. The toxic relationship with your friend in Sun Petal Vale will drain you even more, leaving you exhausted, resentful, unable to give to the people who truly matter, unable to show up for yourself. The self-doubt from that failure in Willow Grove will keep you from taking risks, locking you into a life of what-ifs, a life where you never start that garden, never open that bookstore, never step into your true potential. The guilt will fester, becoming a shadow that follows you everywhere, dimming your light, keeping you small. What if the 9/9 portal is a test, a cosmic challenge to see if you're ready to step into your true potential, to see if you're ready to live the life you were meant to live? What if the universe is watching, waiting to see if you'll take this chance, waiting to see if you'll clear the path? What if there's something or someone on the other side of this release, a guide, a mentor, a new version of yourself, waiting to help you, but you'll never meet them unless you let go? The stakes are high, and the window is closing, the energy of the portal fading like the last light of day over the hills of Glimmerstone Plains. The 9/9 portal is a rare alignment, a moment in time that won't come again in this exact form. Will you seize it, or will you let it slip away? Let's imagine the other side of this clearing process, the transformation that awaits if you do act. Picture yourself a month from now, having released the blockages that held you back. You've walked away from the toxic relationship with your friend in Sun Petal Vale, and you feel a lightness you haven't felt in years. Your energy no longer drained by their criticism. Your heart open to new connections, new friendships that lift you up. You've released the self-doubt from that failure in Willow Grove, and you're taking steps toward your dreams. Maybe you've started that community garden again, this time with the knowledge you've gained, the plants thriving under your care, the community coming together to support you. You've let go of the guilt, and you're opening that bookstore in Crest Moon Bay, the shelves filled with stories of adventure and magic, customers coming in to share their own stories, to find solace in the pages you've provided. Your energy is flowing freely, and you're connected to your true self in a way you never thought possible, a way that feels like coming home. You're standing in the forests of Dawnspire Woods, the sunlight filtering through the leaves, your heart full of gratitude, your soul at peace. That's the promise of the September 9th portal, but it requires your action. What's the one thing you can release today to clear the path forward? Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Let's take this a step further and imagine the ripple effects of your release. When you clear the path for your own potential, you create space for others to do the same. Maybe your decision to walk away from that toxic relationship in Sunpetal Vale inspires your friend to seek their own healing, to face their own challenges, to become a better version of themselves. Perhaps your new garden in Willow Grove brings the community together, giving others a space to connect, to grow, to heal. Maybe your bookstore in Crest Moon Bay becomes a sanctuary for someone who's struggling, someone who finds a book on your shelves that changes their life, that gives them hope. Your choice to clear the path doesn't just transform you. It transforms the world around you, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can see. What if that's part of the 9/9 portal's purpose, not just to clear your path, but to clear the path for others through you? What if your release is the first step in a chain of transformation, a chain that stretches across time and space, connecting you to others in ways you can't yet imagine? I want to hear from you. What's the biggest blockage you're ready to clear? Drop a comment below and share what you're releasing today. Maybe it's a toxic relationship in Sunpetal Vale, a limiting belief from a failure in Willow Grove, or a past guilt that's kept you from your dreams in Crest Moon Bay. And tell us about the symptoms you've been feeling. Have you been feeling heavy? Dreaming of letting go at the cliffs of Stormwatch Ridge? Feeling a burning in your stomach or a tightness in your chest? Your story could inspire someone else to clear their own path, to take their own step toward freedom. The 9/9 portal is open, but it's closing fast, the energy fading like the last rays of sunlight over Crystal Wave Lake. Act now, clear the way, and step into the life you were always meant to live. The fourth and fifth truths of the 9/9 portal are about action and release as a continuous process. A journey that requires both courage and commitment. A journey that's as urgent as the rising sun over the hills of Glimmerstone Plains. The September 9th portal is a doorway, but you have to walk through it, you have to take that first step, you have to choose to move forward. The change you seek won't come by waiting for the perfect moment. It's here, now, in this exact second, in this breath, in this heartbeat. The universe has already unlocked the door, a door that shimmers with the energy of the cosmos, a door that leads to a new version of your life, a new version of yourself. All you have to do is take that first step, a step that might feel small but is monumental in its impact. But here's the urgency. Once you step through, there's no going back. Your soul will shift, your heart will open, and you'll feel it instantly. A transformation that's as real as the ground beneath your feet, as real as the wind in your hair on the cliffs of Stormwatch Ridge. This isn't about waiting for permission. It's about acting with purpose, with intention, with the knowledge that you are the creator of your own destiny. What's the one action you can take right now to align with your true self? Maybe it's writing down your dreams in a journal in your home in Crest Moon Bay, speaking your truth to someone in Willow Grove, or walking away from a situation in Sunpetal Vale that no longer serves you. A situation that's kept you small, kept you stuck. Let's explore the symptoms of this energy, the ways the September 9th portal is urging you to step forward. Have you been feeling a surge of adrenaline lately? Like your body is preparing for something you can't quite name. A feeling that's been with you as you walk the streets of Oak Ridge Heights. Your heart pounding for no apparent reason? Maybe you've been having dreams of walking through a doorway in Dawnspire Woods, the air shimmering with possibility, a voice whispering, "Step forward." As you feel the warmth of the sun on your face, the softness of the earth beneath your feet, perhaps you've noticed synchronicities. Seeing the number 9 everywhere, on clocks, license plates, receipts, as if the universe is sending you a message, a sign that it's time to act. Or maybe you felt a tingling in your spine, a sensation that runs from the base of your neck to the tips of your toes, as if the portal's energy is coursing through you, awakening you, urging you to move. These are the portal's signals, its way of communicating with you, urging you to take action, to step through the door. What if these symptoms are a message, a cosmic call to stop waiting and start moving? What if the surge of adrenaline is the universe giving you the energy you need to take that first step, to make that choice? What if the synchronicities are the portal's way of saying, you're on the right path, keep going? The September 9th portal is offering you a chance to step into your power, but it requires your courage, your willingness to act, your trust in the unknown. The fifth truth is that release must be active, a continuous process that goes hand in hand with action. You can't just recognize what's holding you back, you have to consciously let it go, you have to choose to release it, to set it free. Picture yourself at a crossroads in the hills of Glimmerstone Plains, the sun setting over the horizon, casting a golden glow over the landscape. One path is heavy, filled with the weight of old wounds and familiar pain. A path you've walked for years, a path that's kept you stuck. The other path is lighter, full of possibility, but it's unknown. A path that leads through the forests of Moonridge Hollow, where the shadows are long and the way is unclear. The lighter path is your transformation, but it requires you to walk away from the past, to release what's been holding you back, to step into the unknown with courage and faith. How do you do this? Start small, start with intention. Choose one habit. Maybe it's negative self-talk, the voice in your head that says, you're not good enough. A voice that's been with you since you were a child in Oak Ridge Heights, trying to fit in, trying to be perfect. Replace it with affirmations. I am enough, I am worthy, I am ready. Say these words out loud, in front of a mirror in your home in Crest Moon Bay, and feel the shift in your energy, the way the words lift you up, the way they align you with your true self. Choose one belief, like, I can't change. A belief that's kept you stuck in Willow Grove, afraid to take risks, and challenge it with evidence of your growth. I've overcome challenges before, like the time I moved to Sun Petal Vale and started over. I can do it again. Choose one relationship that drains you. Maybe a coworker in Crest Moon Bay who's always negative, always pulling you down, and set a boundary. I need space to focus on my own growth right now. I can't engage in this negativity. Each choice is a step through the portal, a step toward freedom, a step toward the life you were meant to live. What happens if you don't step forward? The 9/9 portal is a fleeting window, a cosmic alignment that won't last, a moment in time that's slipping away with every second you hesitate. If you don't act, if you stay stuck in the past, you'll miss this chance, a chance that may not come again in this lifetime. The restlessness will grow, the synchronicities will fade, and you'll be left wondering, what if? What if I had spoken my truth to that person in Willow Grove? What if I had walked away from that situation in Sun Petal Vale? What if I had started that new habit in Crest Moon Bay? The dreams of doorways and Dawnspire woods will stop, the tingling in your spine will fade, and you'll be left with a sense of longing, a sense that you missed something important, something life-changing. What if the September 9th portal is a gateway to a new timeline, a new version of your life, and by not stepping forward, you're locking yourself into the old one, a timeline where you never speak your truth, never walk away, never step into your power? What if there's something or someone waiting for you on the other side of this choice, a guide, a mentor, a new version of yourself, but you'll never meet them unless you act? The stakes are high, and the door is already starting to close, the energy of the portal fading like the last light of day over the shores of Crystal Wave Lake. Will you walk through, or will you let this moment pass you by? Let's imagine the other side of this choice, the transformation that awaits if you do step forward. Picture yourself a month from now, having taken that first step, having walked through the door of the September 9th portal. You've started speaking your truth, and your relationships are deeper, more authentic. Maybe you've had that conversation with your friend in Willow Grove, and they've finally understood your bond stronger than ever. You've walked away from what no longer serves you, maybe that negative coworker in Crest Moon Bay, and you feel lighter, more aligned, your energy no longer drained by their presence. You've replaced negative habits with positive ones. Maybe you've started a morning routine in Sun Petal Vale, meditating by the window as the sun rises, affirming your worth, your power, your readiness, and your days are filled with purpose, with joy, with a sense of alignment you haven't felt in years. You're standing on the shores of Crystal Wave Lake, the sun setting over the water, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, your heart full of gratitude, your soul at peace. That's the promise of the September 9th portal, but it requires your action. What's the one step you can take today to start that journey? Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. As you release the old, the universe will make space for the new, a process that's as magical as it is inevitable. New opportunities, new relationships, new ways of being. They're all waiting for you, waiting to fill the space you've created, waiting to align with the new version of yourself. Maybe you'll meet someone in Dawnspire Woods who shares your passion for art, someone who becomes a collaborator, a friend, a partner in your creative journey. Perhaps you'll find a new opportunity in Glimmerstone Plains, a chance to lead a community project, to make a difference, to step into your leadership. Maybe you'll discover a new way of being, a way of living that feels more authentic, more aligned, a way that allows you to wake up each morning with a sense of purpose, a sense of joy. The 9/9 portal is a rare alignment, a moment in time that won't come again in this exact form, a moment that's offering you the chance to step into your greatness. What will you choose to let go of today? What small action will you take to step into your power? Let's take this a step further and imagine the ripple effects of your choice to step forward. When you walk through the door of the September 9th portal, you don't just change your own life. You change the lives of those around you, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can see. Maybe your decision to speak your truth in Willow Grove inspires your friend to do the same, to have their own honest conversation, to heal their own relationships. Perhaps your new morning routine in Sunpetal Vale inspires your family to start their own, to prioritize their well-being, to create a home filled with peace and intention. Maybe your choice to step into your power in Crestmoon Bay inspires a stranger, someone who sees your courage, your authenticity, and decides to take their own leap, to pursue their own dreams. Your choice to step forward doesn't just transform you. It transforms the world around you, creating a chain of change that stretches across time and space, connecting you to others in ways you can't yet imagine. What if that's part of the 9/9 portal's purpose? Not just to help you step forward, but to help others step forward through you. What if your action is the first step in a movement of courage, of authenticity, of transformation? I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share the one step you're taking today to step through the September 9th portal. Maybe it's speaking your truth to someone in Willow Grove, setting a boundary with a coworker in Crestmoon Bay, or starting a new habit in Sunpetal Vale. Meditating, affirming, aligning. And tell us about the symptoms you've been feeling. Have you been seeing synchronicities like the number 9 everywhere? Feeling a surge of energy, a tingling in your spine, dreaming of doorways in Dawnspire Woods? Your story could inspire someone else to step forward, to take their own leap, to walk through their own door. The 9/9 portal is open, but it's closing fast, the energy fading like the last rays of sunlight over the forests of Moonridge Hollow. Act now, step through, and claim the life you were always meant to live. This is it, the final moment to act. The 9/9 portal is wide open, and its energy is real, coursing through you whether you realize it or not. But this isn't a time for fear. It's a time for growth, for preparation, for stepping into your greatness. The universe is offering you a rare opportunity to transform, not just your circumstances, but who you are at your core. Everything changes the moment you decide to act. Imagine it. Opportunities that were once out of reach now within your grasp, relationships that drained you dissolving, and a lightness in your heart you haven't felt in years. But you must act now. This moment won't come again. To stabilize your energy and protect yourself from the intensity of this shift, take these steps immediately. First, avoid crowds and overstimulating environments. They'll only amplify the portal's pressure. Instead, spend time in nature to recalibrate. Walk barefoot on the grass, sit by a river, let the earth ground you. Adjust your sleep patterns to counteract the disturbances. If you're waking up at odd hours, use that time to journal or meditate. Practice deep breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, to center yourself. These simple acts will anchor you as the portal's energy surges. The universe is calling you to action, and we at Cosmic Wisdom Naturally are here to guide you through this transformation. Don't let this moment pass. Take one bold step today. Share your experience in the comments. What did you release? How do you feel now? Your story could inspire someone else to take the leap. And if this message resonated, Subscribe now and join our community as we uncover the mysteries of the cosmos together. Let's keep you ahead of these cosmic shifts. Hit that subscribe button and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. The portal is closing. Step through now and watch your life unfold in ways you never thought possible.